Oh my God, guys. There's something coming up major that a lot of people are going to be searching for. Eggs. So if they're panicking over Easter coming and there not being enough eggs, can you imagine when the panic really gets to set in, when they realize we're short more than just that? Sustainability. Good morning, fam. Welcome back, cousins, to Tommy Bites TV. Thank y'all for being here. So in today's video, we will be discussing the panic over the eggs that's taking place at a Costco. I have pictures to show you, long lines wrapped around the entire store of people waiting for eggs because they are panicking that they're not going to have eggs for Easter. And also we're going to discuss 4 items, major items that Costco's is no longer selling at their store. Some of you guys may already know about a few of these because they started a couple of years ago, but they have added to the list. So let's jump right into it. But before we do, please take a moment, hit that like button, share this video out, subscribe to the channel if you have not. And again, welcome to the channel. We appreciate you joining and becoming one of our family members. Hey, cousins. So the first thing we're going to talk about is what in the halibut is going on at the Costco's that the lines are wrapped around the entire stores for people to get a carton of eggs. Well, for one, I've shown you, and I probably will go to the Costco's, which is 45 minutes for me, just to see if they still have a limit on their eggs. And I will try to get that in this video and still keep this video relatively short. But in this particular Costco, the line is wrapped around. I mean, people are waiting for these eggs. So a TikToker, one shopper, captured footage displaying what seems to be a long line of Costco customers snaking through aisles as they waited to purchase a carton of eggs. I have even seen a farmer say that, hey, we have a lot of eggs here, and he showed it and said that the stores just aren't willing to pay them for the eggs.
Farmers are saying, like that Welsh farmer, that supermarkets are not wanting to pay farmers for their eggs.
Better get this one out there before the supermarkets put their story across and cancel everyone else. So when you go into a supermarket now, you might see that there is a bit of an egg shortage. So not many eggs on the shelf to buy, not free range, not organic, nothing. So you're struggling to find eggs. Supermarkets are going to tell you this is because of avian flu. Which, to be fair, there has been a lot of cases of avian flu. But you want to know the real reason why there's an egg shortage? It's because the supermarkets won't pay the farmers for the eggs. So the supermarkets have upped their price for you, the consumer. But they haven't filtered that price increase down to us, the farmers. So our cost of producing these eggs has skyrocketed. Feed, electric, the price of new birds, that's gone up. But our price of eggs has stayed the same. So we physically can't afford to produce these eggs. So currently there has been 8 million less free-range hens ordered for next year's flocks. So that's just under 8 million eggs every day that we're not going to be producing. So that's 8 million eggs less every single day that we don't produce. And we're already 3 million eggs short of being self-sufficient. So the UK have to import 3 million eggs every day to feed the nation. And now we're losing another 8 million birds because the supermarkets won't pay us. And they're going to blame the farmers. They'll be like, oh, well, the farmers just stock them and produce you great British food. But we can't afford to. If the supermarkets paid us a fair price for our eggs, then we would stock our sheds and there would be more sheds going up and the UK could be self-sufficient in great British eggs. But the supermarkets won't pay us. So if you can make any sense of that, or if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. But yeah, the current egg shortage isn't really due to avian flu. It's because the supermarkets are refusing to pay us a fair price for our produce.
We were dealing with this whole egg, egg gate or whatever you want to call it since 2020. And nothing has gotten any better is what it looks like to me. And the fact that they're limiting and being selective of the eggs that they get is not helping the situation. The fact that they culled millions of birds is not helping the situation. The fact that they're still culling birds because they said that the bird flu is not going anywhere. So all I can say is stock up when you can. If there is a limit, you may have to make extra trips to different stores if you want that Easter egg for the Easter basket or just a main staple for you to eat. And if you can get chickens in your backyard, then go ahead and do that before they start trying to ban that as well. So let's talk about the 4 things that Costco's is not selling at their store anymore. So like I've said before, store after stores are closing, especially with Walmart shutting down, all of the stores that they're shutting down, Aldi's closing the store, ShopRite's closing the store. More people are still wanting to buy in bulk, and a lot of people are turning to Sam's Club stores, which sell in bulk, and also Costco stores that sell in bulk. Well, Costco's has decided that they would be taking some items from their shelves and not restocking them with it. So number 1 on the list is eggs. Yeah, I said it, eggs. So when you see the first thing is eggs, you go, wait, what? We already have I just got through telling y'all we have a shortage of these eggs. Well, you may still see eggs being sold at the Costco, but eggs from caged hens are no longer sold at that store. This push from Costco was a pivot to promote sustainability and human farming practices. The Warehouse Club shifted to selling only cage-free eggs by the end of 2020, and they are sticking to it. It does not matter if their eggs are short. We will throw a limit on there. We are not selling those eggs. So it's not always bird flu that's keeping stores from doing things. It's some of their policies that are in place that are keeping them from having the food that is needed. And this number 2 thing is an obvious thing that, pharmacies have already stopped selling this particular item, and it is cigarettes. So as people have taken their health more seriously since the pandemic, the sales of cigarettes have declined at Costco's. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, Costco began removing cigarettes and other tobacco products from its shelves. So a couple of the reasons they stopped doing this is they say that tobacco is very low margin business. I can't tell, but anyway, tends to have higher theft and is labor intensive in some cases due to local municipalities and regulations and policies and yada, yada, yada. So they decided that they would remove those from their store. Number 3 is seafood. Parts of Costco's current mission is to promote sustainability. So the company will be removing any fish considered to be endangered. They have a list of those fish on here. Costco will also only purchase fish and shellfish from warehouses, from wholesalers that have sustainable farming practices, kind of like with the chickens, Fish that is no longer sold at the store includes Atlantic cod, Atlantic halibut, Chilean sea bass, shark, and swordfish. Number 4 on the list of things that Costco's will no longer be selling in their stores is hot dogs. Okay, so aside from Costco's products sold in bulk, its food court items are also very popular. And although I've never had one of their hot dogs, let me know in the comments if you have. Are they really good? Are they better than Sam's Club? All I know is some people go into Costco's just to get the food court and not to shop. But the fan favorite, which was the Polish hot dog, was removed from the food court. The difference between the regular hot dog and a Polish is the spices. So the Polish has garlic in it. And apparently, I guess it wasn't selling as well as the all beef hot dog. So that's what they're going to be going to, is the all beef hot dog. They will no longer sell the Polish dog in there. So let's head on out and go to the Costco's and see if they still have limits on their eggs. Let's check out the meat department and see what the paper towels, toilet paper is looking like. We're just going to see if they have any limits in their store on food and non-food products, you guys. As the supply chain begins to get even worse, with things that are taking place, we all need to do a little extra, whether it's starting our own garden, raising our own animals, meat animals, animals for meat rather, and or stocking up our pantries with food and medications. We gotta do what we have to do to be a little more self-reliant, because it almost feels like they're trying to control us with food. Let me know in the comments, and let's head into the store. So let's go see what it looks like in dairy. So their milk is $3.29 per gallon. That's for the whole milk, the Kirkland brand. And then 1%, 2% is $3.19. Organic is $13.79. Their silk is $10.99. I think you get maybe 2 or 3 cartons in there. So eggs are over here. This is all they have, and they do have limits on their eggs. So they have large eggs, USDA grade AA, 5 dozen for $15.99. And then they have these over here, the cage-free ones that I told you about, $6.49 due to limited supply. Limit of 2 on eggs. And this is all they have of the cage-free eggs. Over here they have organic pasture-raised eggs. I don't see a limit. Yeah, there it is. They have it so small you can't even see it. See right there? Limit. These are $8.89 for 24. I'm so glad I have chickens, you guys. You just don't know. But so there is a limit on the organic pasture raised. There's a limit on the, what are these? Cage-free USDA grade AA eggs. I don't see a limit on these unless it's really, yep, they do have a limit. Yo, they getting slick with it. Look how small this print is. I literally had to zoom in to see that. Strawberries are $12.99 for 2 pounds. So they seem to be okay stocked with meat. I mean, it's not sky high, but they do have a lot of meat in here. So they have these chicken legs right here. Sell by $2.23. $3.58 is the total price. And they have them 99 cents a pound. So that's pretty good. Like if you just eat 2 legs, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 4 people can eat off of this right here for $4. The skinless breasts are $3.49 a pound. And you get, you know, these together, 6 of them. So their pork loin is $2.49 a pound for these here. And I guess these as well. Can't make it out. $1.99 a pound if you just get them and cut them yourself. So you can get them a little bit cheaper, and you can cut them as big or as small as you want and basically cook it up just like you were cooking either a steak or a grilled pork chop. Their ground beef, which is 88% lean, 12% fat, is actually cheaper than Sam's Club. It's $3.99 a pound. Everybody knows Sam's Club has remained at about $4 and some change a pound. So their bananas are $1.39 a pound. have these watermelons for $7.99, which is still cheaper than Sam's Club, who has theirs for $10.99. $10.99. So let's see what's going on in here. Yeah, sweet corn for $5.39. Brussels sprouts for $6.49. That's for 2-pound bag. Green beans for $6.29 for a 2-pound bag. Asparagus for $7.99, 2.25-pound bag. Here's all of their water over here. So they're good and stocked up on water. Sam's Club is not. Here is their paper towels. The Kirkland brand is $39. No, my bad. It's $19.99. And I always have to zoom in because they have limits so small now. You have to make sure that they haven't snuck a limit in here. So they do have a lot of Kirkland paper towels. Only a little bit of the Bounty, but they do have a $5.30 off of the Bounty. They have Kirkland brand toilet paper all down here at the bottom, but not at the top. They only have Kirkland brand paper towels at the top.